Namaste, friends. Um, Welcome to another session. This is the seventh session of Journey Within. In this, we are doing meditation practice. We are journeying within to find our center through the practice of meditation. So, we have this wonderful book that we are following, Vigyan Bhairava Tantra. Basically, it has like 112 different kind of techniques that are given by Lord Shiva to Mother Parvati. And it says that every personality will find one technique from this, right? So our intention is to practice this, play with these techniques. It says you can practice, like, play with these techniques for like 3 days just to see if this, is something for you or not. So, generally, friends, our sequence for our everyday session, it goes like first we cover something called the message from the mountain, which is message from Mount Kailash. Then we have today we'll do a quick recap of all the six sutras. Today we are going ahead with the Seventh Sutra of Vigyan Bhairava Tantra, which we'll be discussing, and then we'll have our meditation practice, which takes the most time. And today's practice is very interesting because it's a practice that you can do while sleeping, right? So I'm going to share about that. And after the practice, if anybody wants to have some sharing, we will have the sharing. Okay, friends, with that, let us start. I'm first going to start with messages from Mountain. So this week, I don't have a new message, but I'm going to repeat the message that I got last week. The message is about changing our core belief, the core belief that says that I am alone. I am alone from the divine, right? There's no one with me. So this core belief needs to be changed because we cannot be alone. We are always connected to the divine, right? So we cannot exist without our connection to the divine, right? So the first core belief is we are always connected to the divine. We are always guided by the divine. So if this core belief we can change, that we are not alone, we are connected to the divine, then only we can have further knowledge, divine knowledge. The core uh, ignorance for us is to feel that we are alone. So the message is to uh, change this belief system to that I am always connected to the divine. I am always connected, right? So this is the message from the mountains. And now, as I mentioned, that we are studying this book called Vigyan Bhairava Tantra. It has 112 different kinds of techniques, and we have already covered the six techniques on it. We are going to the seventh technique. Before we go there, I'm going to quickly tell you about the simple techniques of all the six techniques. We'll do a quick recap, right? So friends, all these initial techniques, I think up till technique 1 to 9, it is on the breath, right? So the first sutra is saying the gap between the breath. So it says, focus your awareness on the tiny pause or gap that occurs when you, for example, you're breathing in, a breath comes in, and just before it turns out, there is a gap. This silent interval, and it could be like a fraction of second. So the first sutra is to become aware of that gap, okay, and to rest in that gap. The second sutra is a little variation of this. It says, if you can't put your attention on the gap, then put your attention on the turning point. So, for example, we breathe in and breathe out. So, breathe in and out, there is a turning point. Again, breathe out and breathe in, there is a turning point. So you just, it's like, you are, when you are turning, the master Osho, who has interpreted this book, he call it like a neutral gear. Like you put the vehicle in the neutral gear. So that's the neutral gear. And why they are telling you to focus on these parts is this is the portal to the divine. You can from here you can reach the divine if you are able to focus on these uh, gaps, because these will take you in connection with the divine. So that was the second sutra, to look at the turning point. The third sutra is the fusion point. Now this goes a little bit more variation. It says when you breathe in and out, so when we breathe in and breathe out, so there is a fusion of the incoming and outgoing breath, right? So it's telling you to focus on the fusion, the third sutra. And then the fourth sutra is about the natural stop. Be aware of the moments when the breath stop by itself, right? It's called the universal pause. A small habitual, it's like when you keep on observing the breath, you will find there is a natural pause, right? It is telling you to just be aware of this stop. It's also called the stop technique. You can also, when you are doing something in your daily life, you can focus on these stop techniques. Suddenly, you're doing some activity, you can inwardly say stop. For example, I'm picking up this cup and you say stop. So you just froze just for a moment for you to become aware of what is happening, aware of not like the cup is like this or this is like this, or no interpretation, you just stop. And the fifth method is about the third eye and the shower of light. So your attention you're putting at the space between the eyebrow, before a thought can start. So here this is where the breath, the essence of the breath here is prana. Actually, breath, we are practicing to see the breath, watching the breath, but actually what we are trying to get is something deeper than the breath, which is called prana, right? So meditators who have been practicing for a long time, they know at the incoming and the outgoing breath, it is just not like breath, it is the flow of prana. Okay. And then the sixth technique is awareness in daily activity. So ordinary, eating, sleeping, whatever you are doing, watching TV, reading a book, you're just putting your awareness on the gap of the breath while you are doing something, right? So it's like a daily practice of mindfulness, in small activities, like even when I went to the Osho ashram long back, they have something called work as meditation. So that particular project, when you go and join the project, they will make you do simple things like brooming, cleaning, toilet cleaning, cleaning the house. But the only thing that they would instruct you to is to be aware whenever you are doing such things, right? So friends, today we come to the seventh technique. The seventh technique is again some variation of this, uh, all that I have spoken. And now it says, with the intangible breath in the center of the forehead, as this reaches the heart at the moment of sleep, have direction over dream and over death itself. So it's a very interesting when it is saying that when you are breathing, so first you watch the breath, okay, for some time. Maybe you're watching the pause of the breath, and then you focus your attention gently to the third eye. So why it's saying you, because third eye is again, it's very magnetic point for any meditator. They will know whenever you are focusing on the third eye, and if you're doing it the right way, what's the right way is, don't push a lot, don't strain yourself a lot, just gently rest your attention on the third eye. what happens, you will feel the breath is touching the third eye. It is like you will feel the prana that I was talking about, right? Touching third eye. And then when you're able to feel the sensation on the third eye, you gently come into your heart, bring that prana into your heart, and keep breathing in your heart. And this is a beautiful practice that you can do during sleep. Actually, friends, the wise people, they make their sleep as meditation, because otherwise, generally, how we sleep is uh, like, we are having dreams, we are fighting with someone, whatever is unprocessed during the day, we are processing in the dream. So dream becomes a great study material for to understand our personality, understand ourselves. So a person who masters this technique, they will be able to master their dream, because what will happen if you keep on doing this, like as I said, watching your breath, and then gently put your attention on the third eye, and from third eye you feeling the prana. Actually, not only you have to feel the breath, you will master to feel the prana. Probably it will, if sometimes we are new to meditation, it takes a little time, but people who are meditating, they will know there is a energetic component behind your breath, which is called prana. So you will feel the prana touching your third eye, and the prana, when you gently touch the third eye, you just have to bring it to the heart and sleep. So when you are asleep with like this, what will happen? Whenever you are entering the dream, you will enter in a aware state. You will know that you are dreaming, right? And then you can direct your dreams. This is a great way to cleanse your subconscious. And once the person who masters this technique, eventually they will stop having dreams. And if you read the book, the master talks more deeper. A person who have mastered this technique will not only master dream, they will master death. Now, what is this death? Because, friends, death is actually a more deeper, relaxed sleeping, right? So when you master your dreams, so in a way, you are aware of what's happening inside the dream. For example, many people who are very confident outside, they will be very, very insecure in their dreams. Dream journaling, dream research has been a big subject. Even Freud, the Freud, though I feel Freud is limited to the mind, but he also tried to interpret dreams, because if you want to understand your subconscious, if you really want to understand your fears, because the more you understand your subconscious, the more you're becoming more aware of yourself, more you know who you are, what you need to work on, right? So if you master your dreams, you will be able to direct your dreams. That also makes you like a master of your life, what is happening in your life. It says that a person who has mastered this technique, they would know when they are about to die. 6 months before they are dying, they will be knowing that, okay, now my death is coming after 6 months. Many yogis, they declare, right, in 6 months they are dying. Why? Because they know that when they are breathing in, the prana comes, and breathing out, the prana goes out. This is always happening in our life, friend. Life is coming in and prana is, life is going out. It is happening. But a person who is about to die in, his death is approaching, what will happen when he breathes in physically? The prana will not come in. The prana will stop coming in. And when he breathes out, the prana is going out. So in a way, the process reverse for the person who is dying. That's what is there in the book. You can also read it if you're interested, right? So this reverse of process makes a person realize, okay, now 6 months I have for my deeper sleep. And this is also a realization that there is no real death. The fear of death also vanishes. So, friends, I feel this is very wise and for every meditator who is interested in meditation to make their sleep as a meditative sleep, right? That is what we are going to do today in this session, right? So I'll just read out once more about what the sutra talks about. It says, with intangible breath in the center of the forehead, as this reaches the heart at the moment of sleep, have direction over dreams and over death itself. So you can direct this prana into your dream and also your death. It's actually not fearing of death, but it's also to come over the fear of death. Also, a person who is like a meditator, they really experience this state, they will be crossing the fear of death, right? So this is like the secret that lets you awake, a secret technique of awakening through your sleep. Your sleep becomes a beautiful practice. So you don't have time during the day to meditate or doing sadhana. You can keep your sleep, because what else are we doing during sleeping? We are just sleeping, and this also improves the quality of your sleep. Right. So, friends, today's meditation is on that. So, what you're going to do is prepare to lie down today. Uh, if you avoid bed, that would be great, because sometimes bed has that, kind of tamasic energy, and you go into other states. But if possible, avoid the bed and use a mat. Okay. And I would like you to lie down, relax your body, and as if you're preparing to go to sleep, right? You can make the room dark and ensure you will be not disturbed during the process. So I'm giving you like a minute or two for you to get ready with a mat, lie down on the floor, darken the room, and make sure you're not disturbed for the next, like 30-40 minutes. Okay. So anybody who is ready can give me a thumbs up on the chat box, so I know you are ready and you are able to hear the sound. Okay, friends. Now, as you lie down very comfortably, uh, gently relax your hands, relax your legs, start relaxing yourself. You focus in this technique, you are actually focusing on this invisible energy of your breath that is called prana. Okay. So we will be taking our attention between our eyebrows, and then you will be drifting of this energy down into your heart. Okay. Now, because you are aware during this gap, you will find that you can wake up inside your dreams and realize they aren't real. Eventually, this will help you to realize that death is just a long, deep sleep, taking away all your fear, right? This is what the meditation is. What I would like you to first do is gently, as you are lying down, as you're relaxing, bring your attention to the breath, and probably you're looking at the gap of your breath. So be aware of the gap between the breath, the inhale and the exhale. There's a tiny pause, and exhale and inhale. There is a tiny pause. So gently be aware of these gaps between your breath. And as you're watching this breath, I'd like you gently start resting on this tiny pause, this very tiny pause between your breath. And now gently direct your attention to the center of your forehead, into your third eye. Now, as you are in your third eye, look for that intangible breath, that invisible vitality or energy or prana that is hidden within the breath. See if you can feel prana on your third eye. There is no need to force your attention on the third eye. You're gently placing your awareness on the third eye, and you're trying to feel the energy, the prana in your third eye. If you're not able to feel it, if there is a strain, gently come back to your breath. Feel the pause between the breath. And whenever you can, whenever it's easy, go back to the third eye. Gently rest your awareness on the third eye and feel this invisible energy, this prana. Now, as you feel yourself getting sleepier and sleepier, visualize this invisible energy moving from your forehead down through your body until it reaches your heart. So gently bring your awareness from your third eye to your heart, feeling this energy moving from top, and it's moving down into your heart. Now keep your awareness fixed on this feeling of prana entering your heart. And there is no need to stay awake now. Instead, allow sleep to drown you while you still continuously feel this beautiful energy in the center of your heart. If you have succeeded in carrying this awareness across the threshold of sleep, you will enter your dreams with a new kind of clarity. You will realize that you are dreaming while the dream is happening. By becoming the witness of your dreams, you break the illusion that they are reality. This realization extends to your waking life and even to death. You begin to see that no one truly dies, and death is simply a deep rest before a new beginning. You gain the power to choose and direct your own destiny. another 5 minutes. Rest in your heart, feeling this beautiful energy. Another 2 minutes. One more minute, friends. Okay, dear friends, whenever we are ready, we can rub our hands, make them warm, and gently put it on your eyes and allow your eyes to open. If any friend they want to continue this into the sleep, they can also do that. Um, if any friend want to share, they can unmute and share, or maybe share in the group or the comments later. That's also fine. So friends, this meditation, we are focusing on the gap between the breaths, and then we feel the energy, the prana in the third eye. And after we place the attention gently on the third eye, we bring this energy into our heart. And then we are sleeping, we are merging this energy with the sleep. We are merging this energy with dream. And that's how we are also mastering life and death. So in between, if you're losing track, for example, you're in the heart and again, your mind is starting off, you start the process again. Start focusing between the pause of the breath. Again, take it into your third eye. Feel the prana in your third eye. And then bring it into your heart and rest in your heart. Feel the prana in your heart and again rest. So whenever you are remembering, whenever you are aware, you are repeating this process. And that's how you are entering the dream, right? So friends, play with this technique for 3 days, maybe another 1 week, so that you get a taste of this. Be playful when you're practicing such techniques, right? And then we meet again the next Tuesday with another session. We are going to cover the eighth technique of Vigyan Bhairava Tantra. Okay, friends. So thank you so much for joining today, taking your time to come here. You may continue this technique as you're falling to sleep now. And I would love to know how you feel about this. Thank you again. Bye-bye.